Gold Seal.
What's going on, Raider Nation? We are back with the video. Let's go. What's going on, Raider Nation? It is your guy, Exacting Raider, back again with the live, but I did not come alone. We are back in force and Raiders Primos as we got our guy, Natural Nate, back
What's
in the
good,
building.
gang?
What's up,
What's good, boy?
man? Shout out to you for always showing up here, bro.
Real one
Appreciate
right
you guys,
there.
bro. Yes, guys, we got Natural Nate back in the building. We are
What's
here in
good,
full
bro?
force. Raiders Primos. If this is your first time joining us, hit that
Like,
subscribe button, hit the likes, and hit that bell so you guys will be notified when we go live in a future video. But yes, guys, special video as you guys have got both of the Primos here tonight.
yes,
But
sir.
Nate, how you been feeling, bro? It's been a while since we seen you.
Man, oh man, I got one word for it, bro. Stressful. So many things happened in the past 2 weeks or week and a half or so, bro. Like everything has happened. It seems like in my life, and it's just
We
crazy.
had your
But it's
birthday
been nice.
also. I mean, yeah, we had your birthday this passing. The Raiders gave you a good birthday present in
Mm-hmm.
getting that dub against the Texans. You want to talk about that a little bit, real
Oh
quick?
yeah.
Give us your thoughts on that Texans game.
Well, they showed out, and one person in particular, JJ, he just, you know, he's that guy right now. It seems like, and there's nothing else to do but to pay him. He's proven that. Our defense once again keeping it under 30, not doing a bad job. Defensive points, coaching still could do better. Offense still could do better in terms of passing, maybe, but it was good. Everything it's just nothing was terrible that game, and that's all I needed, and that was a dub.
I was gonna ask you, how did you feel about the game the way it was going? It was a close game, but we pulled it out in the fourth quarter.
Hmm.
Did I would say did Sunday's game give you an idea? Okay, this is what the Raiders are. This is what we should expect going down the road into New Orleans, into Jacksonville. What is the Raiders team that you found out Sunday?
Well, that is a team that we should see. That's what I learned. Moving forward versus those teams like our next, 4 games. Those teams are very, very beatable, and that's what we should be doing as a, top 5 stats offensive, But, that's what our team can do. Put up a quick 35 plus points against these kinds of teams, but then you got to realize it'll be toned down with these other, you know, opponents, bigger, larger, stronger.
It will. And, speaking of those teams that are larger, stronger, this New Orleans Saints defense is not one to really joke around with. We're going to get into it. The Las Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints, they have met in a total of 14 times they have met. The Las Vegas Raiders have lead that series 7 wins to 6 losses to 1 tie. In the past 5 games, the Las Vegas Raiders have lost. They had lost three out of the 5. But in the last 2 games that the Raiders and Saints have met, which is the 2 times that Derek Carr has met them, they have won both times. Derek Carr is undefeated against the New Orleans Saints. beating them the first time 35-34 in 2016, and then 35-24 in 2020. Um, Andy Dalton, he is undefeated against the Raiders. So someone's going to be defeated. Andy Dalton, he's going to
Yeah.
take his first loss against the Raiders, or Derek Carr is going to get his first loss against the Saints. But hopefully, our guys are going to get the dub. That's what we are hoping for.
Yeah.
So, Nate, going
Need
into
one.
the game, if you were to give us one key to the game, what is one thing the Raiders have to do in order to pull out a win? Let's start it there.
You pointed out right away, man, their juggernaut is their defense. And I feel like the only way that we can overcome that defense and have a comfortable win. I don't want no freaking, you know what I'm saying? Like the offense is one score away from winning the game. Nah, I don't want that with this Saints team, you know. I want the offense, and not only that, the defense to keep the same momentum as JJ is going. You know, I want the whole team to do well, you know, not just JJ, not just the backfield of the defense, not just Derek Carr. I want everybody to do well, and that's what you got to do against good defenses. Because
yeah, what's up, on 6 Soldier? Man, it's been a while for you to be in one of the chats. Salute to you, man. Yeah, I wanted to bring up this. We always get the stats into it, and the thing is, our offensive ranking, the Raiders' offensive ranking, we are 17th in the rush yards, 15th in rush touchdowns, 13 in red zone touchdowns, and 15 in overall touchdowns. We got 12. We are 12th in passing touchdowns, 23rd in passing yards, and 23rd in total yards, 9 in points. I like this ranking. The rankings can be a little skewed, but let's go down to the offensive stats as a whole. We are averaging 27.2 points a game, but guys, that is a misled stat. I want to bring you guys real stats. 27.2 is not really an offensive stat. They bring that along because of 2 defensive touchdowns we had. You take those two defensive touchdowns away, we're down to 25.2. So 25.2, and then they broke it down within quarters. In quarter 1, we're averaging 4.3. Quarter 2, averaging 9.3. Quarter 3, we're averaging 4.3. Quarter 4, 9.2. So it really seems like the Raiders only can really play 2 quarters of football. They cannot play 4 quarters of football. That's what we said we need to do against the Saints, and even against the Texans. We did that for the most part. But yeah, they're 20. So let's really bring the points. I would say 25.2 is the actual offensive. Could they score a little more? They could. Yeah. Now the rushing offense, they are averaging 128.5 yards with 5.4 yards a carry, averaging 1 touchdown a game. But we have to go to the guy, the bell cow, which is Josh Jacobs. And I wanted to bring up his full stats because, guys, this offense is not Derek Carr's offense anymore. I'm sorry to say that, but I just feel that's the truth. This is Josh Jacobs' offense now. This offense is going to run through, and it's going through Josh Jacobs. It either is going to live and die by our running game. Josh Jacobs on the season already, 111 carries, 633 yards with 6 touchdowns. And we are just in week 8.
It's just crazy.
In week 8.
Because a few weeks ago. Huh?
Go ahead.
It's crazy because just like a few weeks ago, man had 800 yards. Like a few weeks ago, week 1 through what? Week 1 and 2, 1, 2,
yeah,
or
like
3?
300. Yeah, he was like 300. He's rushed, believe it or not, guys. In 3 straight games, he's rushed over 140 yards in 3 straight games, and had at least 1 touchdown. The thing is, look at here. Last season he had 217 attempts. 872 yards with 9 touchdowns, 54 catches for 348 yards with no touchdowns. And look at his stats right now. 111 carries, 633 yards. He is almost 200 yards behind from last year, and it's just week 8. He has 6 touchdowns. That's 3
Wow.
less than he had last year. He's averaging 5.7 yards a carry, which is 1.7 more than he rushed, which he rushed last year.
That's
And
big.
right now, 5.7. If he stays on this pace, he's having a career year, guys. He is having probably his best year as a Raider. And I
have close
hope
to
there is
1
some
point.
way we can keep this guy.
He might have close to 1.1500, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. If he stays on this pace, he would get close to
Hopefully
1,500
he could
yards.
break 1,500. That'd be beautiful.
Now, of course, we got to talk about their running back, guys. Let's talk. We're not gonna just. We love JJ. We love Josh Jacobs, but we got to make this. We got to Raiders brag show. We want to preview it, and we got to stop their running attack because their running back Alvin Kamara, he's one of the best in the league. As he's shown this season, really not, but he still can have a good game when need be. So far, he has been having a little up and down season. For the season, he has 77 carries, 300 yards with no touchdowns, 4.6 averaging.
But that's actually a good sign. You know
I'll say that.
You know why though?
Right.
You know why that's a good sign, right? Because a star running back with 300 yards and no touchdowns, you know what that means, right? That whole offense runs.
Oh yeah, and the offensive line.
The whole offense runs. Taysom Hill, the quarterback, him, freaking, I don't know. They utilize their backup running back. Even the wide receivers, you see Olave run the ball sometimes.
They do. It seems the Saints offense does not know who they are. They don't have an identity. Now I hope Josh McDaniels found out what the Raiders' identity was, and our identity is a running football team, very physical. We're gonna it is smash mouth football. We're gonna run through the trenches, set up the play action, set up the screen passes. And that brings me to my next point. Let's talk about our quarterbacks that we are going to see in today's or in Sunday's game. Derek Carr versus Andy Dalton. This is the second time I believe they are meeting in their career. The first meeting was Derek Carr actually being injured early in the game. So he actually had to leave. Andy Dalton freaking torched us. The Bengals ended up winning 33-13. But now this is their second time facing each other. And in the last game, last week, Andy Dalton against the Cardinals had 361 yards passing, 63.8 completion percentage, which is crazy. Had 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He had an 89.1 rating. He has on the year 7 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 946 yards passing. But let's remember, he did start late in the season. I believe it was week 4. He started Vikings. That's when he took over up in London. I can't believe that game was like 4 weeks ago. That's crazy. Time is flying.
Right.
What's going on, Van City? Right, we got Van City Raider in the building. What's going on, man? We're just previewing this game. So, yeah, Andy Dalton, for the most part, he is a turnover machine. But this is going to come down to our defense. We have to pressure the quarterback. We had 1 sack against the Texans. I think we are dead last. Let me double check this, guys. If I'm not mistaken, we are dead last.
Who got the sack, though?
Cleve Farrell and Chandler Jones, they both combined for half a sack.
Chandler Jones, I mean, it's something.
It's something, but bro, you want to get more. Oh, we're 31st. Who the hell's 32nd? Oh, we're tied for 31st with the Detroit Lions.
Wow, that's not a good
look. My goodness, that is not a stat.
That is not a good look.
But yeah, we are 31st in sacks, only having 9 sacks on the year. with
Yeah.
6 of them being for Max Crosby. Well, we got to think about that. I want to talk about that, Nate. Let's talk about that. And then
Yeah.
we'll get to Van City's question after this. What do you think about Max Crosby having 6 sacks and our team has 3 sacks going into? And I think we'll actually answer it now. Van City, shout out to you, bro. He said, Primos, what are your thoughts on big splash on defense before Tuesday? I'll let you take this, Nate, because that's a stat that we need to talk about. Max Crosby having 6
Yeah.
sacks and the rest of the team has 3.
Like 3 is terrible.
Like we don't get if we don't got Max
week
Crosby,
8.
bro, and we ain't got Max Crosby, bro. This defense is gonna
We're
be more of a shit show
historically
than it
bad.
already is. Yeah,
We're historically bad without Max Crosby.
What are your thoughts? Is Zeigler gonna make a big splash on defense before Tuesday?
I mean, I feel like it's only right to, knowing that your time is now as a Raiders organization with all these divisional rivals going all out, and you realize everybody else is making a big splash other than Chandler Jones, which might be a good reason why he should, knowing that Chandler Jones ain't really playing to pay to play, pay to play. And I don't know. I feel like it's only right, especially when you still have time this year to whoever you get. I don't know.
The trade deadline ends next Tuesday.
What is he thinking? What's Zeigler thinking?
Here's who I'm thinking. I want Derek Brown from the Panthers. And maybe we can go for Payne, the defensive tackle from the Commanders. But I feel the Commanders are just going to ask for a lot for Payne. And I don't. Here's what I would say, Van City. I don't want us to give up a lot of draft capital unless they're really they're like Payne or they're like Derek Brown. Yeah. But it's risky. It's like, for me, it's like, I want Derek Brown. Yeah, I want Payne. But at the same time, I trust Zeigler to draft. Then I trust Mayock and Gruden. And I would love to see what does Zeigler do, having a now full draft in his hands, a full line of picks in his hands. Yeah. I don't want them to get rid of that. But at the same time, we do need defense. So it's like, I would be okay with him making a splash to go get defense. Do I know anything? I don't know if they're doing anything. We know this new regime, they like to keep things on the down low. But if he was to, we trade for Payne or we trade, for Brown, and we're giving up maybe a second round pick or maybe our first round, it's like, I'll be happy, but it's like, it's that trade that's like, man, you need this trade to work because you're giving up that draft capital. Yeah. So I'm really iffy on it. I want us to make a splash because our defense needs help. I want us to go out, get a defensive tackle. Mine is really Derek Brown, because I really feel like the Panthers are, they're having a fire sale, basically. Get into some talks with the Panthers, see where you guys can meet in the middle and make that trade happen, because you need defensive tackle help. But if not, I mean, hey, we traded Jonathan Hankins away. I think, we're going to get some looks at Neil Farrell, at Matthew Butler, see the young guys. And I know a lot of I for one don't like to see the young guys because they're young. They're going to make, we're going to have some growing pains. But that's how they're going to get better.
Way more
is by game experience. Yeah. What were you saying, Nate?
We should see way more Coons. I want to see a lot more Coons.
I was thinking this. Cleveland Farrell is, I feel like he's more dominant inside on the interior defensive line as a nose tackle or defensive tackle. He may not have the build as a Derek Brown or Daron Payne, but I would like to see Farrell in there more with Kuntz next to him at the defensive end. And maybe you can even have Max on the inside next to Chandler. I mean, I think one defensive setup that they had was Max and Chandler on the outside, and they had Klee next to Chandler, and they had Big Hank right next to him. But we don't have Hank anymore, so now it's like you got to really
So,
shape up that defensive line and see what you're gonna go with. I want to see more Kuntz, but I do want to see more Klee too. So he's having a surprisingly good season. But I think use him more on the inside, have him set up Chandler, maybe run some stunts with him, and we can figure out on the inside. But the inside is really what I'm looking at going into not just for the rest of the season, but into the offseason. We have to upgrade that interior defensive line. Vancini
yeah,
also said this. Yeah, this is the way I look at it. We are 100% going to draft a defensive tackle, linebacker in the first 3 rounds of the draft next year. Why not give up a second and third now, and you get one out of the way now? It makes sense. Yeah, that's how I am. That's how I am. If you get, yeah, it's like you said, if you already get an established guy, I'm all for trading, a second or third round pick. But that's if you get an established guy who's going to come in and make a difference day one in on the interior defensive line. Because like Ziegler and McDaniels, how they revamped our offense and they had a whole offseason to do it. I think that's what they're going to do next offseason. They're going to do it for a different side of the ball. They're going to do it for the defense. They are going to make the trades, sign the free agents, revamp this defense because you have your offense already set for the foreseeable future. Now you
yeah,
just have to build that defense up. And now we can, start talking you guys as being a contender. You also said, and Sean Johnson and I were discussing this earlier. Did you guys know we only have 30 contracts as of right now? I did not know that.
that's
Are they
tough.
like 1-year deals or like
I mean,
going into 2023? Yeah, they are. So a lot of them are. I know. I think Rock and Sin is on a 1 year. We have a lot of
Perryman.
like, and that's the thing, Van City. We're talking about guys we're gonna go get, but we forget to realize we have a lot of our guys we have to, sign back. Josh Jacobs, Perryman. If the thing is with Perryman is like, I trust us going to go get a younger linebacker and keeping Perryman, even though he's good on the run. Don't get me wrong, he's good on the run. Maybe you could keep Blake Martinez for a low money, let Denzel Perryman walk. I like that better because Blake Martinez is younger too. He's younger than Denzel. Still got Diablo there, and you got Jayon Brown, and then you could go out and draft a linebacker, like the best linebacker on the board. I would like to see Denzel Perryman walk. Now, Rockinson, that's a guy I would like for us to bring back because he is showing he can.
Yeah,
He is really good. Him up with Nate Hobbs. You guys got your guys' lockdown corner. Yeah, I'm the same way, but Van City, I'll be honest, I wouldn't mind him walking. I wouldn't mind not keeping him because, like I said, we have other linebackers and young linebackers that we could look at. And Denzel Perryman, he's been injury prone. He was injured this to start beginning of the season. Week 1, he already got injured. And then he was injured for a while last year, and he was playing injured also. And I just don't want that. I want us to be a healthy football team. So I'd rather, go with the young guys, go with the Blake Martinez. Blake
yeah.
Martinez knows Patrick Graham's system.
Go
Give
for
him
the
a whole
future.
offseason to relearn that system. And this can be I feel would be good on the linebacking. But like I said, we have to also make moves in the offseason and the draft. Now, I didn't
Yeah.
really want this to turn into an offseason draft talk, but that is something I like that
You
we
want to
can
go
do
for a
because
quarterback? What? Who said that?
no, and the thing is, I wanted us to go quarterback, but the thing is, if we I want the Raiders to win, right? I want the Raiders to go to the playoffs. So if I'm looking
Yeah.
towards that, where we're going to the
I mean,
playoffs,
shoot.
Derek Carr
Who
staying
knows?
here, I don't see us keeping a quarter. Now, if we have a top 5 pick a quarterback. But if we don't, like, let's say we're in the middle of the first round, go with the best defensive player that's on the
Yeah.
board. That's what I would do. That's where I would go with. But let's get back to previewing this game, guys. So,
Oh
Nate, I
yeah.
wanted to ask you now. We're gonna go to our offensive. That's enough for defense because we do this defense needs help, and we know this defense is really really bad. Now we also know this defense will make stops when necessary. When we need them to make stops, they'll make stops. But let's go to our offense, guys. So we have the number the number 3 offense in the NFL right now. Actually, no, unless this is backwards, but I heard we had the number 3. This was um by let me see. This was by Football Database saying that we had a number 3 offense in the league, and we're behind the Bills and the Chiefs, which is crazy. But guys, we are 9 in points ranking. We are 30th in plays, 23 in yards, 23 pass yards, 22 pass attempts, 22 passing completion percentage, 12 in passing touchdowns. We are 17th in rushing yards, 29th in rushing attempts, 15 in rushing touchdowns. Red zone attempts, I lost myself. Oh, we are 8th in red zone attempts, 13th in red zone touchdowns, 15th in red zone touchdown percentage.
13.
We are 14th in third down percentage, and we are 6th in interceptions thrown, 2nd in turnovers, and 10th in sacks allowed. Yeah, we haven't been turning the ball over. I think that's what I wanted to bring up. I wanted to bring up, Nate, the fact Derek Carr in this offense has been really keeping, the turnover margin low for us. And
Yeah.
that's also why we're winning games. We're winning the turnover margin against, the Broncos. We won the turnover margin there. We won against the Houston Texans. The Chiefs, no, we didn't turn over the ball against the Chiefs. And you have to do that against the Chiefs. You cannot turn over the ball. We just, we were a play short in that game. But
Great.
that's what I like. I'm gonna ask you, can we can we keep our turnover margin down against the Saints? Like, you wanna, they got Honey Badger, they got Cameron Jordan, Marcus Lattimore, that linebacker, what's his name? Davis. I don't know his name,
I don't know.
but they got a good defense. Do you think we could keep the ball away from them?
I feel like that's a good comment. I like that. Hopefully.
I know that is,
but man, you have to have defenses thinking, like
Demario
in
Davis.
order.
That's the guy who I'm thinking with. Demario Davis. That guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, that defense is like a juggernaut. It's like, nah, it's not. I was over here about to compare him to the Ravens defense in the Super Bowl, bro. I was about to go trippy. But yeah, that Saints, you have to have them. You have to have them
too
like
much at that point.
yeah.
Bro, whatever you smoking there, bro, come over here and pass it up, man. Like shit.
Yeah, nobody will ever be that Ravens defense, man. Oh man. Oh, and Lattimore's not playing.
Is he not playing? He's quite. Oh yeah, bro. You just remind me. I wanted to give. I don't even have a
Van City said
pull
that.
up here the injury report.
Van City said
Let me
that.
see. Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh, and I don't think Lattimore is playing. Let me bring that up, guys. And then Raider Geo, shout out to you, bro, for joining us. Cam Jordan for sure.
What's good?
He's always a problem. Does he play at the right tackle side? If so, oh boy. Continue, Nate, and we'll get into that comment of Raider Geo. But go ahead.
But yeah, you have to always have them thinking. And I'm not saying go trick plays, this and that. You just always have to have,
bro,
like, even they're
plays,
gonna expect.
He better not do it. He better not overthink this.
Yeah, and
I'm telling you, he better not overthink this and start with those trick plays.
Yeah, nor do not do trick plays when you don't need to, especially like on first down. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how the defense is set up. I don't know how their defensive coordinator likes to run the whole defense, how they like either cover or man to man, but shoot, man to man.
We're going against Dennis Allen, a former Raider, and he's a defensive minded coach. That's another thing, bro. I want to freaking Jimenez. You're right. No more trick plays, damn it, for real. But that right tackle side, I wanted to get your thoughts on this, Nate. Who you feel more comfortable as a right tackle, Thayer Munford or Jermaine Illuminor?
Mumford.
All right. I
That's,
like
I mean,
Mumford too. I like
yeah,
Mumford too. And shout out to Sanjay T, guys. If you guys have not checked out Sanjay, his his YouTube page, guys, go out and go subscribe to our boy Sanjay. It
yeah,
is. I'll pull up the link right here.
yeah. Mumford all the
It is
way.
Las Vegas Raiders network, guys. Sanjay just did here. I'm gonna actually put it the thing in the link because he actually did a 34-minute video. Um, and it was film on Thayer Mumford, and I like Thayer Mumford. Here's the reason I like Thayer. I like Thayer because he's disciplined.
Such a cool
You don't
name.
see him getting a lot of penalties, but also when you guys go watch this film, my goodness, and also hit that subscribe button on our boy Sanjay's site if you guys haven't already. Here, I'm about to put it up in the link right now. Here, let me put
Thayard.
that.
I wonder how the parents made up Thayard.
Thayer.
Thayard.
Now that is Las Vegas Raiders Network. That is the film study on Thayer Mumford. And guys, if you guys go watch it, this just really is gonna make you fall in love with Mumford. Like I said, he's disciplined and he's a big body, but he can get out there in space. He is a big run support blocker. I love him on the right side. Now our passing game still is a little like worrisome for me. But if
Mm-hmm.
Mumford's on the right side on Cam Jordan, I feel Cam Jordan will get his, but I feel Thayer Mumford is going to hold his own on that right side. But I think also you, as Josh McDaniels, you got to give him some chips at the line. Do not
Yeah.
let Thayer out like hang alone out there. Like if he's doing that, then that's where it can get really dangerous. Van City said Mumford is above average. We could have our answer at right tackle for the future on this team already, and we were terrified about this O line in the offseason. They keep playing like this, it won't have to be. Bro, Van City, like, or have to be addressed. Yeah, dude, this is what me and Nate going. If you guys go watch, our previous videos when we started this, because we started this up around training camp, we started this channel.
Yeah.
We were worried about that offensive line. We didn't
Bro,
know
everybody.
who are we gonna plug in the right side. Like that right side is worrying me. Like, who are we going to plug in? And now that we're seeing this offensive line kind of finding itself, like, bro, Alex Bars at left guard, like, that boy is stepping up to the plate. But I also want to say this, Nate. Is it was it because it was the Texans, or was it actually because our O-line was good? I feel like it's a little bit of both.
O-line.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a little bit of both because the Texans, their defense is not that bad. It's not good. What's been lacking is their offense. Their defense has been good. So I think our offensive line, bro, shout out to them, especially in the run game. And if they could give Derek Carr a little bit of more time to throw, he can carve up this defense.
Yeah.
But let's go on to, the injury report. I wanted to bring that up. Now, guys, Nate, have you seen our injury report?
Nope, haven't had time.
Oh, well, our injury report, I think like Doc, bro, I was watching Doc's live early, bro. I think a freaking like bug went around the Raiders organization because look at this. Jonathan Abram, he did come back to practice today, but he was limited with the illness. Devontae Adams, he did not practice for the second straight day due to an illness. Tashawn Bauer did not practice for the second day straight for an illness. Jayon Brown was limited today with the hamstring. Derek Carr went back to full practice with the back injury. Devon Diablo did not practice with his back or ankle. He is dealing with both. Jermaine Illuminor was limited. Cleveland Farrell limited with the illness. Mac Hollins limited with his heel. Josh Jacobs limited with a foot. Hunter Renfro limited with the hip. DJ Turner limited with the hamstring, and Darren Waller limited with the hamstring. So far,
what the heck?
Yeah, that injury report is fat, but for the most part, guys,
we can't even fill a school bus with that.
So we're gonna monitor this, guys, for you guys, and we're gonna keep an eye on this. Sunday, we'll probably go live in the morning just to give you guys a final breakdown of our thoughts. But yeah. Devontae Adams, Deshaun Bauer, Cleveland Farrell, Jonathan Abram, all dealing with illnesses, but to be active for Sunday's game. And the rest, we'll just have to keep monitoring them. They're limited, but hopefully, like DJ Turner, Hunter Renfrow, hopefully, like the guys that just came off the injury list, I hope they don't, go back on. I'm worried about that. And then for the Saints, bro, I had to like zoom out of the page because these injury reports are freaking ginormous. Michael Thomas did not practice with a foot injury, so hey, we might not have to guard Michael Thomas. Jarvis Landry did not practice with the wide receiver or with the ankle. Wide receiver with the ankle. Hopefully, we don't got to see him. On Adam Trotman, tight end, did not practice either with the ankle. Marshawn Lattimore, Van City brought it up with the abdomen, did not practice. Andros Pete with the chest injury, he was limited. Keith Kurtwood, wide receiver, limited. Pos Adebo, cornerback with the knee, was limited. Ryan, he was just getting rest, so that they brought him back, but he also is dealing with the knee. Calvin Throckmorton, their guard, dealing with the hip, is full. Peyton Turner, defensive end, full. Jameis Winston, he is full, but guys, Andy Dalton is starting, and Jameis Winston will be that backup. Jawan Johnson, the tight end, he was limited with a hamstring, just getting put on the injury report today. So both teams, guys, like, man, these injury reports are fat. But really, for the Raiders, it was the bug. Ziegler says Ziegler found 2 gems in this year's draft for O-line. Can you imagine what he can do with 11 to 14 picks? And Van Sandy, this is why I said I don't want him to give up draft capital, because that is what I'm feeling like he could find some gems next year's draft defensively. I'm just glad we actually got a GM who could draft.
For real.
And the thing is, we can't judge. We can't judge yet, like on the Brenton Brown, the Zamir White, or Matthew, Butler, or Neil Farrell, because we haven't seen what they brought to the table. So for me, it's really like I can't say those are busts because they haven't even got playing time. So, but it seems so far, like Dylan Parham and Thayer Mumford, them getting playing time and them actually stepping up during that playing time, like that's what's hyping me up. As of right now, Dylan Parham is ranked second at his position, bro. Van City, I don't know, but I'm taking your word for it because I've been seeing like he was third or fourth in this position, and if he's gone up, bro, man, as a rookie, all we wanted was to build that O-line, and Ziegler did. He's trying to buff that O-line up. Raider Geo says, Zig is definitely finding gems. I'm hype about the draft. I'm hyped too, bro. 100%. But if you go get Deron Payne, Derrick Brown, or Roquan Smith, you have to at least entertain the idea. Oh, bro, Van City for sure, bro. Like, how do you feel about this, also, Nate? Like, let's say we have to give up our first and our second, like how we did Devontae Adams. We give up a first and a second round pick for like Roquan Smith. Like, I mean, if I'm Ziegler, I'm pulling the trigger because you're getting a solidified defensive player in the defense that can come in and make a day one difference in that defense. I mean, what do you think, Nate? Should we pull triggers? Like, if we go get a Deron Payne or Derrick Brown or even a Roquan Smith, is it? I mean, I would say it is worth a first and a second. But do you, like Van City said, do you entertain the idea?
Sure. Heck yeah, I would. Anything to get big boys, especially when you're in a big boy division. And if you get those guys, you feel me? We need some. Yeah, we need like a defensive splash following our offensive splashes, like somebody said a couple of chats ago.
This is what's stopping me though. This is why I'm like hesitant, is because the players we need to resign. Like we have players on this team that are on 1-year contracts. Like Rockin' Sin, like I said, Josh Jacobs is playing his on a contract year. you have other guys. You have Nate Hobbs who might be due for a deal coming up. Of course we could worry about that down the road, but you know, and you got Max Crosby, of course, locked up, but you have other guys that need to be. I think Deron Harmon, I don't know what his contract was. We'll get more into that.
Yeah.
Of course, in the offseason. I know we did bring a lot of 1-year contracts on that defensive side of the ball, and some of them are balling out on 1-year contracts. So we would have to look at our own team and have to look at to re-sign some of our own players before we do go up and make a defensive splash. That is like Raider Gio said. Like for me, that is my question mark. Like, should we? Like, it sucks.
Man,
Van City said, honestly, and as much as it breaks my heart, as he's my favorite Raider, I'd see it if Chicago's interested in Waller. Chicago needs offensive weapons. That's true. And second, I want to win. That, yeah, me too, man. I'm tired of losing. And that is the talk.
That would break my heart too.
Yeah, that is the talk. And Nate, Waller's your guy, man. He was your second jersey to ever purchase. Like I remember when you're telling me like, oh, I'm getting a Waller jersey. Like, I don't care. Like, Waller's my guy. I know that would break your heart, man. But
hopefully if he could come back and just absolutely boom, just out of nowhere, just freaking.
I know it hurts you because we've been like getting on man's head.
I know.
Like, we've been getting on man's head because he's been on the bench. He's been injured. He's been, more, it seems to us, he's been more focused on spending time with his life, with his girlfriend, with his music, more than spending with football. But of course, I'm like Van City. I want to win, and I love Darren Waller, guys, but he's just not, like, so far he hasn't been doing what he's been paid, what they paid him to do. People said, oh, look what Waller getting the bag does. All these fans turn on him. Well, it's because he got that. He got what he wanted. And we're going to cook him for it. Like, that's why I cooked Derek Carr. Because, bro, you got the bag and now you can't freaking throw 3 touchdowns. Like, what happened? Like, during that rookie deal, you was throwing 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. Like, now you get paid and you can't even average 3 touchdowns a game or 2 touchdowns a game. Like, now, I'll say this. That's what's worrying about me with Josh Jacobs. Is he playing like this because he just wants to get paid? Like, that's what worries me. Like, if I'm being honest, like, let's say, Jacobs balls out to pay him and then he can't do shit next season. I don't want to speak that, but look at the freaking pattern.
Nah,
like,
Jared Waller gets paid,
can't do shit. Hunter Renfrow get paid, can't do shit. Derek Carr gets paid, can't do shit. Like, the only guys that we pay that's doing shit is Max Crosby and Devontae Adams. Chandler Jones paid him, ain't doing shit. Like,
yeah, that's one of our biggest.
I'm afraid of really giving Jacobs a big contract. Don't get me wrong, he's earning money. He's
already earning that contract.
But I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if he gets paid, but he gets paid by a different team. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's real tough.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Our only light and he's gone.
Bro, it would break my heart, man. It would break my heart to see Jacobs walk. But like I said, with all the contracts we have going into next season, like, that we were signed Waller, we were signed Derek Carr, like, man, I think he said it right here. You get that mistake of $53 million contract out of here. Yeah, if we trade Waller, then I'm like, okay, bring Jacobs back. Like, I don't care. Like, if you trade Waller, you make it your mission to bring Jacobs back. I only think Jacobs will walk is if Waller's still here. Let's see, but let's be real. If you can package Waller and a second and a third for Roquan Smith, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it sucks because, like I said, I love Waller so much, but he's not. He is taking money. Like, at this point, he's taking money.
There's actually not. There's actually. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like the hardest thing to look for like a decent tight end. Like, look at Uka Bagumbum, like up in freaking Bronco land. He's not doing too bad.
doing shit though. Removed from the Steelers, man.
I don't freaking know,
And the
but
thing is,
I
bro,
mean,
Foster Moreau is not a bad tight end to work with towards going to the future. And I
yeah, and we
think
have Moreau.
Josh McDaniels, likes Foster Moreau more than Darren Waller. It would really hurt and break my heart through a lot.
I know. I mean,
Yeah, and that's
shoot,
the thing. We
Foster.
have a decent tight end. And now the thing is, of course, Foster is not no Waller. Like Waller brings a whole different game plan. Speaking from a defensive standpoint, that you had to prepare for the Raiders offense, but that boy's just taking money. Now, if he balls out against the New Orleans Saints, I'll be like, good job, Waller. I need you to do that more now. Like, don't have a good game against the Saints and then you can't do shit against the Jaguars. You know, you're over here dropping passes or getting injured again. Like, nah, bro. Like, we need you on the field. We need you to ball out because imagine if Waller starts balling out. Because right now, our offense runs through Josh Jacobs and the passing game runs through Devontae Adams. Like, I brought this up in the post-game show on Monday. I said, Derek Carr's not spreading the ball around. The only receivers that caught a ball was Foster Moreau, Hunter Renfrow, Matt Collins, and Devontae Adams. That's 4 receivers compared to all the other receivers we have. You know, you don't have DJ Turner, on there. You don't have – I think Tim McCoy is injured. But you don't have DJ Turner. You don't have Horsted. Like, you got to get these guys involved in the passing game a lot more. And I would love to see Derek Carr spread the ball more because if you could get Waller loose and you get Adams loose at the same time and you get Hunter loose at this, like
that's how offenses go crazy.
How we thought our offense was going to be built. If Carr spreads the ball around, this offense is just going to be even more dangerous. And then you got homeboy in the back trying to send people to the hospital. Like, my goodness, move out the man's way.
Move
now. We're gonna start closing it up, guys. You know, it's going. We're actually, let's get up to an hour. We're only
we can hit an hour.
47 minutes. Yeah, we can hit it. Let's talk about more. Now we got to transition to the Saints. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna look up the Saints stat leader because one of them is gonna be Andy Dalton. How are we stopping Andy Dalton? What is your thing? What is your like? If you're Patrick Graham, how are we gonna stop Chris Olave, who is? I said this when I was drafting my fantasy team. Chris Olave is a sneaky rookie wide receiver. I feel because Michael Thomas can't stay healthy. Jarvis Landry, he mostly works in the slot. Chris Olave is going to be that number 1 target. And so far, he's shown he is that number 1 target. So how is Rocky and Sin going to guard Chris Olave?
Since he's a fast receiver and he likes to go deep with his routes, we need a safety on his side at all times, whichever side he's on. We need a safety to back up, Rock Ya-Sin in case he just blows past him, then that's another big play that we give up.
Homeboy said blow.
We like to give pause. Pause and pause. Whoa.
Bro, we got 2 pause moments at the same time, bro. Man, in case he blows past us. I'm like, yo, bro. Hold on.
That's
see that, bro. I can't watch football. I can't watch football, not any blows.
Pump the brakes, guys. Hold up. But yeah, we do need some support behind them because, I'm not gonna say it again.
That's what I was thinking, bro. That's what I was thinking, like Merrick, like Trayvon Merrick back there, like have him. I actually no. Let me get back to your pause-worthy comment. Didn't Waller have his best blocking game, I think, against the Broncos? If he can just stay healthy and hang on to those balls. Pause. Yeah. Man, it'd be crazy. It will be crazy, and that's the thing I just want from Waller, him to stay healthy. Because if he can stay healthy, bro, yeah, it would be crazy. But he keeps dropping those balls.
I mean, at least, he's
I say
straight.
keep Abram behind him and support Yasin. I'd rather have Merrick and Harmon running the deep. Shit, bro. I'm trying to have a not pause worthy here.
Running,
Hopefully we can have Duran. You know
backing
what?
up
It's gonna be a pause worthy anyway. Hopefully we can have Duran and Trayvon play deep. If that's pause worthy, pause. Have him
uh-huh.
play in the deep end. And then maybe
Pause.
have Abram in the as a hybrid linebacker. I trust Trayvon, and I keep saying this over and over. Stop having Trayvon man to man against tight ends. Now you put Trayvon man to man on Taysom Hill, you are asking for a long day. I am saying that right now. If you are expecting
Taysom Hill's a
Trayvon
competitor.
Merrick to man
Sure.
against Taysom Hill, you're gonna have a long day.
He's gonna have
Get Trayvon
so
off of man to man, please.
Bro, you know how much stiff arms is gonna be added to Ding 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 production stiff arm videos
Oh
with
yeah,
just Taysom Hill just
stiff
boom
arming
down.
Trayvon Merrick,
Oh
bro.
my
And the
god.
thing is, bro, I love Merrick, but like his man to man cover skills, bro, he gets cooked out there. He
Hmm.
gets more cooked than my dad making fried chicken. Like, and bro,
Jeez,
fried chicken
that
is
sounds
good, but
so
man,
good.
Trayvon Merrick's shoes ain't. Van City, I was hearing about this too. I don't know if you heard about this, Nate. We were in talks with the Patriots about getting Jabril Peppers possibly. I would like that. I would not mind that. Jabril Peppers, he's been seeing a
Is he on the
lot of
Patriots?
different teams, huh?
What team is he on? The Patriots?
Yeah, he's on the Patriots right now. I would like to get Jabril Peppers. I wouldn't even mind. I will like that. It's not a splash pick, but he brings, depth to the safety position, and you can move
Yeah.
him anywhere. He's like an Abrams. You can move him to a linebacking position, and you can even make him play that deep safety spot. I would not mind that trade at all. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think Chris Olave, you do got to double him, and they're not gonna have Jarvis Landry. They're not gonna have Michael Thomas. As that's what it's looking, guys. Their game, there's not a game time position yet for them, but they did not nor Landry nor did Michael Thomas practice the past 2 days. So it
Lattimore.
really is looking like they might miss Sunday's game, which really is going to help our defense out because really we just got to focus on Taysom Hill, Chris Olave, and Alvin Kamara. But Chris Olave is the main guy I want us to watch out for. And hopefully we could get Diablo back, but I don't think not Diablo, Jayon. I think
John
Jayon,
Brown.
let me see. I think he did. Yeah, he was limited all week. Hopefully we could get Jayon back. Because then that means, Jayon can probably get on Taysom Hill. Pause.
Yeah, I mean that
I
would
did not
be
mean for it to come out like that.
pause.
Yeah, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. But hopefully he could guard up on Taysom. Hopefully, Jayon can be on Taysom. Like I said,
That
I
would
don't
be a
know
more safe pick.
that. I know, and I think that's the only reason Trayvon Merrick has been put in the man-to-man coverage because we did not have Jaylen Brown. But dude, Trayvon got cooked against Kelsey. He got cooked against the tight end against the Texans. That I don't remember his name because I'm not a Texas fan.
Me neither.
Fuck the Texans. Fuck all 31 teams. It's all about the Raiders. Will always be about the Raiders and nothing else.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, Trayvon, he's played better. He's played better when running that zone deep defense. Running man to man, bro. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. If he is in man to man at all against anybody, we are in for a long day. Trayvon is not a man to man safety. I trust more Duron Harmon playing a man to man, even though he has great cover skills too in the back end. But it's hard, and that's the thing. I think it's hard because what do you want to do? Because you got to watch Chris Olave, but you also got to watch Taysom Hill running over the middle. What would you like, Nate? What else would you do besides now? Not just stopping Chris Olave. Let's talk about Taysom Hill. Like, who are we putting on him to try to slow him down? He kills you in the run game, kills you in the receiving game.
That's
So like,
that's what I'm about to say. Like, I don't know if this is like dramatic, but I feel like Taysom Hill is more valuable to a football team than starting quarterbacks. Like alone, like that man is a beast at all cylinders. Like He's a big man that's fast, that can catch, that can throw, that can tackle, that can pretty much do anything with the ball. Like, man, oh man, it's funny because people actually have teams have him like go one on one with like this guy, and he still be trucking whoever. Like that man, especially in the red zone, bro. Whew, in the red zone, he's vicious in the red zone. I don't know.
We didn't even talk about that. Our defense red zone is dead last in the red zone. You know, we're giving up touchdowns after touchdowns
And
after
he is
touchdowns in the
killing
red zone.
in the red zone.
Like we have to shut them down in the red zone. They need to kick field goals. Now, that's easier said than done with this defense because this defense, you know, can't stop a nosebleed in the red zone. Taysom Hill, Chris Olave will literally kill them in the red zone if we don't have our shit together. Like I said, we have to have. I would like to see Jayon Brown on Taysom, and you got to double Chris Olave. You cannot have that man in one-on-one. That he's a rookie. I get it. But my goodness, he is having a good campaign start to his NFL career.
Mhm.
I'll give you some stats here. Chris Olave right now has 32 catches on 56 targets, 495 yards receiving. He is averaging 15.5 yards of reception with 2
That's
touchdowns.
good.
Longest reception of his season was 51 yards. He does have 1 fumble loss on the year. He has 79 yak yardage. Bro, like this guy, and they
Those
also
are big plays.
like let's not forget about Traquan Smith either, or also this new receiver that came out of nowhere, Rashid Shaheed. Yeah, he has 1 reception for 2 targets, but bro, for 53 yards and 1 touchdown. It was the 1 touchdown he caught against the Cardinals, but he also has 1 carry for 44 yards, which was a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed and Traquan Smith and Chris Olave. This team. They're depth. They got depth players at those positions on the offense side of the ball. So this defense, bro, this could easily get into a shootout. Which I'm not nervous about, but I wanted to bring it up. You think our offense, if this gets into a shootout, Nate, can we keep up with their offense?
If it's a shootout, I believe so because their main if it turns out into a shootout, both of our defense is good. That means that your offense is doing extremely well. And offense versus offense, I'd pick our offense. It's like you see what I'm saying here? Like if it turns into a shootout, that means the defenses can't stop both offense.
Yeah.
And when you cancel those out, it's our offense against their offense.
I would say, but whose defense do you trust more? Our defense or the Saints defense? That's where it comes down to.
Man, that's tough as a Raider.
Because our team, I don't know, man. Unless our defense Duron Harmon, he has 2 interceptions on the year. He has, he's caused, I believe, 3 turnovers. He has a 4th fumble, and then he has the 2 interceptions, and he has a touchdown. If Duron Harmon could cause another turnover, or even this defense as a whole causes maybe 1 or 2 turnovers in the game, I think that's when it's going to come back and it's like, okay, now we're going to win this because that's turnovers is going to be the big thing. And I trust our offense to protect the football. Vancini says, I'll retire when I suck. Tommy Boy, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I am looking at it right now. And the freaking Bucks, bro.
Wait,
Tommy Boy, bro, this is Tommy Boy's last season. I'm telling you that right now.
Wait, what's happening? Hold up.
Bro, the Ravens, I think they're laying that ass whooping on the Bucks right now.
Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I'm going against Lamar Jackson and Mike Evans.
I don't think Mike Evans did anything.
He has 16 points.
Bro, that's not as bad. You overreacted. But let's get into our receivers. So we have, of course, our big name, Davante Adams. He has 37 catches on 63 targets, 509 yards receiving with 5 touchdowns on the year. We got Matt Collins, 19 catches on 32 targets, through 317 yards with
Yes,
2
we both play
touchdowns.
fantasy.
Darren Waller, he has 16 catches for 24 targets, 175 yards with 1 touchdown. Renfro has 17 catches, 160. Jacobs has 20 catches for 141. Foster Moreau, 9 catches for 13. Brandon Bolden has 8 catches for 53 and a tutty. Amir Abdullah, Jesper Horsted, Keelan Cole, Jacob John, like those guys got in the passing game, involved in it. In the running game, like I said, bro, Josh Jacobs running like a beast. But also, Derek Carr has 14 rushing attempts on 68 yards, and he has 120. His longest run of the year was 20 yards. I want to see more of Zamir White. Zamir White has only had 5 carries for 21 yards. DJ Turner, bro, already has almost matched him in one game. 3 carries for 20 yards. Like, dude, I want to see more of Zamir. I want to see more of Zamir.
Yeah,
and Raider
that's
Gio,
what people
yes, we do.
doing. Yeah.
Me and Nate actually split in the 2 leagues that we play in.
Yes.
I still whooped his ass. I don't care. I won game 1 between us. I
The
don't care.
second time, it was a historical ass whooping. Like, come
Hey,
on.
that's only because Justin Herbert is ass. Like, let's talk about it, okay? This is why you don't flick up any divisional rivals in fantasy, because you should know they all ass. Let's see. Van City says he has a few pretty good catches. Are you talking?
Same here, Van City.
I was gonna say Van City. Who were you talking about? Oh, what was he talking about?
I have no clue. You were going against like. Oh, wait. How much points does Kenyon Drake have? I haven't looked.
Oh, I don't know. Is he playing? I can't believe Brady left Giselle to be 3-5.
He's on the Ravens,
like the
my
Bucks
guy.
are falling apart. Bro, you'd love to see it. I was like, bro, Tommy boy, you should have retired, bro, when you had the chance. Now you going out sad.
I'm freaking dead.
Raider Gio, Renfro scares me when he runs, bro. He scares me when he's on the field. Because I'm like, bro, please don't run into Devontae Adams again.
That's what's crazy, because remember when he was our most trusted clutch receiver?
He did have a good game against the Texans. He had 3 catches for 53 yards. He had a decent, coming back game to really get the wiggles out of him, because against the Chiefs, bro, that boy looked lost out there. So hopefully, against the Texans, that was kind of like a confidence boost with Renfro. So hopefully, it goes up for him. Vince, I have Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, and Henry, King Henry and fantasy.
How did you manage to get all of them 4 running backs?
Dude, Josh Jacobs stud, Nick Chubb stud, like King Henry. I mean, that's King Henry. I think he got Josh Jacobs late in the round. I'm telling you, that's how I got Jacobs. I got Jacobs late in the draft. And Kenyon Drake is having a hell of a game. I have not been watching the game at all. So I don't even know. Damn, this boy got bro. Do you got hella people on freaking Thursday Night Football?
That's a W, because they're all doing good.
He got all his players doing good right now. So yeah, we got Devontae Adams is leading now. If you're the offense, you're Mike Lombardi, you're Josh McDaniels. What are you expecting from this Saints defense? What are some plays you want to see more out of this Raiders offense, Nate?
When was the last time you saw a slant?
Madden 23 when I ran it, bro. I ran it with Devontae Adams over the middle, bro, on a 4th and 1. Bro, it was an amazing slant. So, right, like it's 4th and 1, bro. I told Josh McDaniels, bro, we running a slant here. Devontae Adams over the middle, blitz, like they brought a blitz, bro, touchdown.
What the heck?
Hey, bro, wait, yo. My fantasy team is Joey Cube, Chubb, Jacobs, Henry, Cheetah, Devontae. Yeah, no wonder you 6-1, boy. Yeah, no wonder you 6-1.
Dang.
I was like, man,
Dang.
bro, his fantasy team, his fantasy opponents probably ain't even trying, bro, at this point.
For real. He's over here projecting 160 a game or 160 a week.
That's what I'm saying, man. But no, go ahead, Nate, with your slant route, because I mean, you're right.
I mean,
I've been calling for it too. Like, I would like to see us run slants with Adams, with Hollins, or even Renfro.
and that's why like slant routes are most used when you have like when you have the best route runners most of the time, and that's why we get cooked a lot. And I feel like that's why we do get blown pause with the passing game a
You
lot
love that,
because
don't you, huh? You just love
no,
using that word.
it's just tough. It's so tough. But yeah, we do lose a lot by those quick in the middle type routes, and we don't really run that much with our best receiver. I
Well,
like to see
we
that.
are last in passing attempts in the middle and in between the numbers.
In
And I'm
open
like, bro,
field,
like down the middle.
Devontae
I'm like,
Adams is
dude,
cooking.
you got Devontae. You know, you have
He's
Hunter.
cooking
You
in
have
the
Darren.
middle field.
I mean, you have Darren Waller when he's available, and you got Mac Hollins. Like Mac Hollins is that big body guy that can go down the middle and catch a pass. Like, so that's why I do want to see more of that too, like slant passes. I also want to see more play action. We did it more against the Houston Texans, and my goodness, because Jacobs was eating, the Texans had to respect the play action. But I do want to see more screen passes too, to Jacobs, to Zamir. Maybe get a wide receiver screen to Devontae. Like, I want to see more of those screen passes. Um, I'm hoping we do that against the Saints. I hope we establish our run. We open up the play action and the screen passes, because I think the passing game is going to be relied on heavily. Not saying our run game is going to have a bad day. I think it is, but I still think the yards that Jacobs was getting against the Texans, they're not going to come easy against the Saints. We are going to have to rely on the passing game and Derek Carr to hit his targets. He has Geno Smith. It's a 2 starting quarterback. Oh, weekly. Okay, that makes sense. Dang, it must be high scoring for him, bro. And he got Geno Smith, bro. Geno Smith is freaking killing it too. Like, that Seattle game. Speaking of which, when we preview that, bro, that Seattle game is gonna have me like nervous. I thought that was
Yeah,
gonna be
at
a
first,
win. I thought
yeah,
that was gonna be a win. Now I'm like, I don't know, bro.
we were like, Russell is gone. Now we're like, Russell, come back
For real, Russell,
to the
play it
Seahawks.
another time with the Seattle Seahawks. That's what I'm
For
hoping
real.
for. But yeah, so we have Devontae now. Derek Carr, so far, like I said, he has a S season. He's has
Like
a
always.
63.5 completion percentage, 1,520 yards passing with 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's been sacked 12 times and has a 91.3 quarterback rating. Like I said, this is gonna come down. Dang, Vancini, and you know what's crazy? I was planning on going to that game, to the Seattle game.
Wait, where is it?
It's in Seattle. I was
Oh,
planning on flying up to Seattle to go see that game, but we're already about to. Nate's not heading there, but sad for him. But we're already planned a game. We're gonna be out week 15 against the Patriots up in Vegas, so we're like planning for that. That's why what stopped me from going to the Seattle game. But yeah, we will be out there in week 15 against the Patriots. And I mean, unfortunately, not for Nate. I feel bad for Nate, man. Like, he can't join us, but yeah, I will be out there representing the Raiders Primos in week
the
15.
future is bright.
I think we're gonna leave Saturday morning. Like, we don't know if we're gonna fly out there or drive out there, but I told my pops I want to drive out there because I want to go to that blackout party. I hear that blackout party be lit.
Be fun for your dad too.
Oh, it would, bro, and we
He
can
would
all
be
just
lit
talk
too.
Raiders. I know he would love that.
Imagine you get pulled, friend. You start interviewed by docs.
Let's end it with this, Nate. Let's end it with this. Give me your score predictions
For this right here,
for this game.
for
Yeah.
this weekend. Okay. In New Orleans, right? Let's go. Let's hit another 30-point game, and let's go 35 to 35-24. I like that. I don't want another close game. We need to come back strong.
I'm gonna 3-up you because I like having a better prediction than you.
Okay.
34-24. I feel we're gonna have another 34-24 game against the Saints, and I think this one is gonna be like the Houston Texans game, where it's gonna be giving us a heart attack throughout the game, and we're gonna run away with it eventually. I don't know if it's gonna come through the pass, the run, but I think we're gonna run away with the lead. In Van City, we're with Andy. We live in the Bay Area. We're with Andy.
Live and
we
die.
live in the Bay Area with Andy. But yeah, guys, shout out to everyone that pulled up. Van City, being active in the chat. Radar Geo, shout out to you. Menace, shout out to you. I know there's a couple other. I think there's Natural Nate, even though he was already in here. But yeah, shout out to everyone that pulled up, guys. If this
Auntie,
was the first time,
Soldier.
Oh, onto 6 Soldier. If this was your first time, guys, share the link around and join the Pro Boricua Party.
Sunday.
Sub to the channel. We are close to 150 subs. We are trying to get to 500 by the end of the season. That is our goal. By the end of the season, we're hoping to be at least close to 500 subs. But shout out to you guys for pulling up. Share the link around. Also, hit that like button and hit the bell so you guys can be notified when we go live. But yes, shout out to everyone that pulled up. We love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Have a nice night, y'all.